Welcome to the Chiang Mai cold brew coffee review. Dedicating this to all the Chiang Mai Facebook groups, Chiang Mai Digital Nomad, Farang Community, and Nomad Coffee Club. Gotten lots of amazing reviews and ideas for restaurants and coffee over the last couple of months, so I figured I would give back and do this coffee review. So we got several different coffees here, actually ranging from price. So we got Akha Ama here, the black juice, 80 baht. This one is Ninebar. I believe this was 99. These two here, this is the Bays coconut cream coffee, cold brew. This is their regular cold brew. These were, I believe, 90 or 100 as well. This is Cottonwood. It's a little place right behind Maya Mall. It's a really good place to work, good Wi-Fi, really nice and quiet place. I liked it there. The roast on site as well. Believe this was 120 if I'm correct. And this one is Omnia. So just north of Cottonwood, actually, just off the super highway. They have a ridiculous amount of beans there. Even when you ask for a coffee, they ask you what you like in your coffee, what kind of acidity, and then they'll make that specific coffee. A nice little place, really small, but quite interesting. And then this is a Graph. This was 120, the Omnia. And Graph Table Cafe. This was ridiculous at 250 baht for this bottle, 250 mil. It's not the nitro one either. The number 8 was 200 baht, but they said it was a little sweeter, and I kind of tend to run away from the sweeter ones, so paid the extra 50 baht and got number 9, not as sweet. So we're gonna taste these. We got some printed up some coffee tasting notes here, so we can kind of sort of be professional and give our valued opinion to you lovely folks. We'll preface it. Will Nye, I'm Patrick, by the way. We are a bit of Scotch aficionados, so we know how tasting goes. We lived together in Ottawa, and we had quite the extensive Scotch collection. So this should be a walk in the park for us. All right, so let's get right into it. We'll start with Akha Ama. We've both tried this one before.
Akha Ama, baby.
Black juice.
I just like the name. It feels good.
Very responsible. I mean, for 80 baht, and you get, was that 333 mil?
Right on.
It even smells sweet.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Akha Ama. It's the only cold brew I've ever actually tried, so. Cold brew, for anybody that's not familiar with cold brew, because cold brew was new to my brain when I came to Chiang Mai. I'd never seen it before, even heard of it. What is cold brew? I mean, it's not just cold coffee, right?
No, so they brew it over 12, well, anywhere from 8 to, I guess, 24 hours. Typically it's 12 hours.
Okay.
I've never actually made cold coffee or seen it made. But yeah, it's a very slow process, only using cold water. Which
it's steeped like tea for a long time, right?
And it has the benefit of lowering the acidity and generally making the coffee sweeter.
Really?
This is one of the sweeter coffees I've had, the cold brews.
Yeah, this is very sweet. This is, I don't know how I would
I find this one very watery as well, especially when it warms up.
Sweet, would you say sweet, mellow, or acidity?
Sweet, mellow. It's not very acidic.
Sweet, mellow, mild, or delicate. It's pretty mild and delicate, don't they mean the same thing? Mild and delicate. Anyways, it's quite sweet.
Yeah, I find the body light, almost watery, maybe tea-like even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not thick. It's not a strong coffee.
I'm getting a bit of spice there. Maybe something like, I don't know.
You know what we should have is we should have a spit can. You should be.
That's a lot of coffee to drink. At least the other ones we can seal up.
So you do that?
Like wine?
It's delicious. Oh yeah, the others are resealable. That's good because this could be a lot of coffee. Yeah, very sweet. What I found when I had this was I enjoyed it, but it was too much. After I got down to the end of the bottle, I was like, bleh. Like I was kind of just tired of it.
Yeah, I mean,
But I have that with a lot of sweet drinks too, right? If I get artificial sweet drinks or anything like that, it's just too sweet.
yeah. I find for me, once this warms up, I find the body gets even lighter, gets really watery. Like near the end of the bottle, it's almost like a warm beer, you know, the end of the bottle. But I mean, for the value for the money is a no-brainer compared to all these. You get so much
baht?
more.
80 baht.
80
right?
baht, yeah.
When you're saying 120 baht for some of these. Wow, 250 baht. That's significant. But I guess it's a specialty item.
Maybe I get a bit of cola in this actually. Almost.
Yeah.
Cola.
I would agree with that.
Even maybe soy sauce, like on the finish.
Oh, interesting. See, you're good at this game. For everyone watching, I'm terrible at tasting it, just drawing. But I'm here and I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be great. Fuck, I am just terrible at doing it. I know if I like something or I don't like something, but drawing out different flavors and specificities is difficult for my brain for some reason or other. But like when Pat starts saying things to me now, then I recognize it. But it's like I can't come to that conclusion on my own. I don't know why. And I think I think you're better at this than I am. You're the same way with Scotch. I mean, I try my best, but it's just not there. It's just not in my brain. It's not natural. And I've told you about my brother. I have a brother who's similar to you. And that, he's almost like a savant. It's a little bit bizarre how he can like draw on different aspects of flavor. I guess he's taste intelligent.
Just developed.
I don't have any taste
factory
intelligence.
or factory.
Yeah, and he's never smoked. I used to smoke. Maybe that's what happened.
All right.
Yeah, it's the whole olfactory senses, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes taste ties to smell.
All right. So.
Okay, that's Akha Ama. Done. Now we rinse with water. Water.
Next up, Ninebar.
Water.
They have a shop out in the east by was it Malin Plaza by the university campus out there.
Oh, west.
West, yeah.
Chiang Mai
Sorry.
University.
Yeah. And they also have a little coffee truck just on that main street there. I don't know the name of it.
They're a coffee bar then?
Yeah, they got a little van, and they provide some single origin beans as well as local Thai stuff, and they're actually my go-to for the best cheap coffee. Iced Americanos are my thing, and I've had them pretty much everywhere. And Rock Espresso used to be my go-to. But the coffee
Rock Espresso that's a place?
Yeah, just it's in the old city here. But then I found the Ninebar Mobile, and they got really good beans, and they only charge 45 baht for the local stuff.
Okay.
Nice Americano, so
good for them.
Really good value.
Affordable for the local Thai people.
Oh yeah, that's way different, eh?
It smells like a port.
Yeah, it smells Not sugary, but
port smell different. I realize it.
oh, wow,
It's
it's
like,
really different, eh?
I feel like I'm in a beer factory. Smells like wheat or something. Listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying though.
It tastes like scotch almost.
That's bizarre. It's subtle.
Like a
it's
grain,
soft.
like
yeah, it's grainy.
like
that's what
barley,
I'm going for.
maybe?
Yeah, it's very soft.
Malt. Oh, malty.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's it exactly. It tastes like a whiskey before it started to fermented. That's what I would guess it would taste like. The juice from barley.
It's like barley, wheat. Yeah, like barley. Used to make that tea, that barley tea. It's almost like that, eh?
Yeah, it has
That's interesting.
that feel. I like that, and I like that it's subtle. See, this I could drink because I'm still feeling that Akha Ama in my tongue. Like it's so strong, but this is much more subtle. But you can see it's much lighter too. Eh? It's not as thick.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't steep it as long, or obviously the beans are much different.
I'd like that on nitro.
Yeah,
That'd be fun with some.
I'd have to try it again, but I just don't want to pay their prices. I really don't understand their prices
At Graft.
because I've been to a lot of other places and we have them here. I
Yeah.
mean, that are charging a fraction of what they're charging.
Might just be a branding thing.
Could be. I think that's what it is.
They
I
have
mean,
made themselves high end. I will say though, well, now I haven't gone around and tried different cold brews and nitro coffees and stuff like that. But when we went to Graft Table, that first time, and I had the Nitro Brew citrus coffee mix.
yeah.
That thing was out of this world.
I had one at Ninebar. She made it because she was toying around with the recipe.
Okay.
So she gave me one on the house, and it was delicious.
Cool.
But I mean, she's only charging maybe 80 baht for it.
What did you see? What she did to make it happen? Like she just
Almost
squeezing oranges and.
Akha Ama does it as well. Like it's like orange, coffee, and maybe some additives.
It was so good.
But yeah, the one she made for me was it was fantastic.
But what did I pay for mine?
200
It was
something.
about 200.
180. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember thinking I wasn't going to get another one anytime soon. It's just too much for my. Too much for my Chiang Mai budget, much less my world budget.
That was fantastic. That was such a contrast to black juice.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Yeah. And then we'll skip the coconut one.
Oh, why are we skipping the coconut one?
We'll do it last.
Okay. Because I'm excited
so
about
different.
the coconut one. You like
You've
it,
had
huh?
it before.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, we had it here. I gave it to you after.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so this is Bays. What's the other name for that place? Forever Thought? Forever.
Food for Thought.
Food for Thought.
And Bays Cafe. Fantastic place, fantastic people. I'll speak highly about this coffee regardless. I'm biased. No, I'll speak honestly. I really will. They are wonderful people, though.
Oh, this one's
hopefully
different as well.
Hopefully it doesn't suck, because if I got to say that and then you post it, it'll be terrible.
That's the one thing that
Bays cold brew coffee.
For really getting to know Scotch was, merging our two Scotch collections, then being able to sit down and have like 2-3 different Scotches, and then you really get to appreciate the different flavors and peculiarities.
Yeah. Remember that whole plan? Buy a whole bunch of different Scotches. It'll last forever. We'll just taste and nose, and we'll know everything about Scotch.
Yeah, it lasted a long time.
We have 12 bottles of Scotch. They last about a month. Oh my God, it was a good time though, that's for sure. We definitely tapped into a lot of Scotches at that point. I mean, we were even getting like Japanese Scotches, right? Or Japanese whiskeys that were created in the same style as Scotch. Whatever you Scots want to call it. But that was good. I tasted a lot of good scotches, and it made me really appreciate the artistry behind it, right? The fact that there is a lot of complexities, and you do something different, and it tastes different, and it might work for you, it might not. It really is a creative thing.
This one's dry.
All right, Bay's coffee.
Dry. The texture is kind of slick. There go slick or silky almost. Well, maybe not silky because the dryness just really like it at the end.
Yeah, it has a dry finish. It's much different than the number 9. Much different than the number 9.
9 bar.
The number 9 bar. The 9 bar.
Number 9 is the graph.
This is a little sweet as well. The dry finish, but it's softer. It's much softer than the Akha Ama sweet. And there's a little smell of that barley on top of it.
Almost get a bit of maybe walnut or something, like
Yeah.
a dry kind of nut.
Nutty, yeah, there's a nuttiness to it.
But there's a bitterness too
Yeah.
on the end, on the finish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's soft. This is what I like. It's not, like, I'm going to come back to that Akha Ama. It's just there's a lot to it. There's a lot going on. It's strong. This is much softer.
Yeah, they must use a darker roast for that. A dark, but the sweetness, it's actually kind of counterintuitive. Because normally the dark roast, you get a lot of like bitterness and like really potent.
I'm excited to try Bay's with the coconut milk. I like that touch. I think that's the Thai touch, and I think that beautiful thing. I don't remember at all what it tasted like when we had it last time, but
get a little
my memory.
Cacao in there as well. A little dark chocolate, baker's chocolate even, maybe.
Yeah.
It's that dryness.
Mm. Cool. All right, Bays. Num num.
So I've had these coffees for like almost a week now, so I'm wanted to get into this cottonwood one, especially Omnia.
Is that this one that comes in the small Mickey bottle? I like this style. I like this bottle.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of kombucha that way actually. It's nice.
Really? In these bottles? I wonder why that is.
Crack it open.
I wonder if there's something that they're recycling these bottles. If there's a medicine or something that they're drinking from it.
No.
No, because...
They don't recycle at all in Thailand, do they?
No, but they reuse, sorry. Because if you buy some of the kombucha around town and stuff, they reuse the soda bottles, and they reuse some of the other pop bottles that they have around because there isn't a recycling program of any sort. And so I look at this bottle, it's an unusual bottle, and maybe they buy it brand new like this, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's some sort of like, it looks like a medicine bottle of some sort, like a Chinese herbal medicine. They get a lot of Chinese herbal medicines that come in a bottle that shape and size.
Sure.
Wouldn't surprise me if there's some sort of collection for it.
I mean, it's a classic bottle type, right?
Yeah.
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah. I just wonder. I'm sure there's a story. Maybe not. Enjoy your coffee. Enjoy your life.
Will do.
Coffee, cold brew.
Crack it.
Should I, is that a thing?
No.
Doesn't have to be mixed up? I'm gonna do it anyway.
It should be filtered properly, normally.
Just a wee dram. Okay.
Oh.
Really nutty.
really see the oils floating on top in this one.
CottonTree. CottonTree is also a cafe.
Yeah,
What about it called?
it's really nice. Right behind my mall. It's like kind of surrounded by a bunch of condos, and I think generally that's the only clientele that you get in there.
Wow. I'm a fan.
This is by far the most complex one so far.
Mm-hmm. But it's not too much.
It's almost like the Akha Ama, except without that sweetness overload.
Much more subtle. Very nutty. What's the size difference in these?
The body's a medium body as well.
These are what, 355 mil?
No, like 340,
340?
something like that.
Because that's twice as much as that.
Yeah, that's why the value is just ridiculous.
And that's 120, right? 120 baht?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 80 baht. They might do themselves a favor because, I mean, it is good. It's just a lot. But look at the amount that you're getting compared to everything else here.
Yeah.
These two. They might be doing themselves a disservice by having such a big bottle. We should talk to Akha Ama.
I think they're doing all right.
No, I think they value my opinion as an outsider who has no fucking idea about coffee.
I like the mouthfeel of this one.
The mouthfeel.
It's creamier.
It is, yeah. This one's moved high in my on my list right away. I don't know. Might be on par with Bays. I think number 9 might be my favorite.
This one's got a little more acidity, which I like. It's got a bit of a tang to it.
All these places, are they using local beans? Most of them?
Yes.
They are, eh? As they should.
Let's get graham cracker in this a bit.
Graham cracker. Did you just pull that out of your brain, or is that on the list?
It's on the list.
That's on the list, okay. Fucking graham cracker.
Leather. Maybe a bit of leather or something.
This one I just find to be really nutty. It's the nuttiest I find. Nutty. Yeah.
Almost toasted bread. Like baked goods. Two more. I can already feel getting wired.
I was just thinking that. Better find something else to talk about. There'll be a podcast to follow this one just to get rid of our energy.
I considered doing this by myself, but then as the collection of cold brew grew, I was like, I'm not doing this by myself. All right. Really interested to try this one because, man, they, out of all the coffee places I've been to, they were the most hardcore into coffee.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting.
Why did you find that? Just
It's only
talking to them, or?
Yeah, like the place is very small, and they have like these buckets of beans like everywhere. They're like taking over the shop.
Okay.
And, like, so yeah. Sometimes they have like coffee tastings there and all sorts of stuff. So this is Omnia. This one's almost syrupy. Oh. Wow.
They have a couple different kinds, or
No,
just one?
just one.
They decided to call it original. Omnia.
It's definitely a dark roast, syrupy body.
Yeah, it's like sweet.
It's this. There's sweetness in the smell, but it's not sweet in the taste. There's sweetness there, but it's almost
Wow.
like a
I taste like almost like a smoke or like a coal or like
charcoal, maybe
yeah.
carbon.
Like a burned, like a
Burnt sugar.
yeah, some sort of like smoky or burned. Like it's positive. It's a pleasurable flavor. I like it. Not smoky like peaty, but almost like a Cajun jerk chicken or something like that without the spice. Just the little burnt edge on the steak.
Yeah, I get that as well. Almost like barbecue.
Barbecue. Boom. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, it's weird, eh?
Barbecue.
Imagine this with some good old Texas barbecue. Oh my god, that'd be good.
Might be too much barbecue. I might eat this in a salad. That's good though. I like that. I think one thing I would have to say for all of these, and this might change with Bay's Cafe, the coconut. Just couldn't drink. I can't drink a lot of coffee anyways. I don't enjoy it when I drink hot coffee to drink a lot. With all of this, a small amount. Most of these have quite small bottles. Akha Ama is a little bit bigger. Like all of it is good, but all of it I can only drink a small amount. Like I think I'm probably just stating the obvious here, because who's going to drink 3 bottles of this a day or 4 bottles of this a day? Maybe some people are that outrageous, I don't know, but for me I think I could drink in small quantities.
I feel like that caffeine content is pretty high in these. Because I
feel like that too.
I drink a lot of
Getting
coffee.
itchy everywhere.
And I drink a lot of coffee.
How much do you drink? Like in a day?
Like average 3.
3, like how much
Like
size?
ice Americanos. So normally like 2 shots. So like 6 shots.
That's reasonable
day.
though. That's reasonable.
Back home I used to drink 4 shots every day.
Okay.
In my Americanos.
Okay. I mean, that is a lot, but it's still a reasonable lot. I remember back home seeing people drink Tim Hortons. If we use those of you who aren't from Canada, we have a very popular coffee chain called Tim Hortons. It's where most Canadians get their affordable coffee. And this guy would come into work every day. He'd come in with they're like Dunkin' Donuts in that they had like the jumbo size, right? He would come into work every morning with one of those. Okay, he'd drink it and he'd sip it all morning. And then at lunch he would go. He would smoke cigarettes and get another one, a second jumbo, and smoke cigarettes and drink it. And then before he'd leave to go home, he'd get a third one. Big ones like this, like ridiculously sized. I wish I had an example of what it was, but it must have been at least 2 liters of coffee.
It must be a 16-ounce glass or cups,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. And he'd chock it full of milk and sugar too, right? Cream and sugar. And he's one of these classic dudes, wouldn't eat, right? And he had a 2-hour commute each way every day. So he'd come 2 hours into Toronto to work with his coffee, smoking cigarettes. He's missing it too. He was an awesome guy. I love this guy to death, but he's definitely a bit exceptional in how he decided to live his life, because he accepted 4 hours of commuting every day as part of his life. And he just didn't eat food. He decided to live off of coffee and cigarettes. And I've seen people do that before. Some people just find energy in that somehow. I don't know how the body does it, but and this was his being. This was his life. I couldn't do it. But this guy, best guy of all time, like just best personality, super positive all the time. Love this guy. Love punk music. But I definitely remember him as the guy who drank a lot of coffee, and that's a lot of coffee. So your 3 or 4 shots, still a lot, but...
I used to do 16. I used to get 4 quad venti caramel macchiatos at Starbucks.
Say that
for
again.
A while.
It's 4 what?
4 quad, so 4 shot.
Yeah.
Caramel venti caramel macchiatos, so the big one. So that's all milk as well. Like 2% milk, and then like the caramel drizzle and all that stuff. Yeah. And I would get like an espresso brownie or an oat bar. Like my bill at Starbucks was like $30 a day for a while.
Jesus, that's amazing to me. And that's Starbucks, right?
Starbucks,
they do the venti.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Mid-20s.
Wow. But Starbucks is doing something, man, because people go and they do that. A lot of people.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of young people that are into doing that as well. My partner's son, he likes to go, and it's funny, he'd lie about it too, eh? We went to the mall together, and he's like, listen, I'm going to go get something from Starbucks. His mom was like, don't spend a lot of money. He's like, no, it'll be okay. So he goes off and he buys whatever it is that he buys, I forget. Something extravagant anyways, and he comes back and his mom's like, how much did you spend on that? He's like, oh, it's half the price as in Canada, because we're in Chiang Mai. I think he said something like it was 90 baht or something like that. Well, the dummy, love him to death, but he had used his mom's card to pay for it, and she gets a text of how much it cost.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so she saw that it cost like 190 or 210 baht or something like that for what he had bought. And she's like, oh, that's funny because I got this on my phone. And he's like, oh, busted. And then we had to have a whole talk about the value of money and buying food and stuff like that. Whatever, it means nothing. If you want to treat yourself that, fine, but it's all relative to what you're making too, right?
And that's what we're helping the people decide here, because there's some outrageously priced ones, like the Graph Cafe, which I just poured.
Oh my God.
So it is a bit bigger. This one's 250 ml. Omnia was 150. CottonTree was 175. These small ones are, they don't put it, but I'd put them at probably between 150 175. And Akha Ama is almost double those at 343, I think it is, for a bottle.
I can tell you they're definitely not helping themselves by purchasing this bottle.
No.
Like that bottle is going to add 10, 20 baht per bottle for sure. But I like the bottle because it reminds me of the old Grolsch. Remember buying Grolsch in your youth? I don't think Grolsch does it anymore, but they used to have
no,
those.
They do back
green.
home.
They do, okay.
Yeah.
And those bottles were always kind of cool. I always thought I could do something with them, but I'd get them and then they just sit around.
We actually use them for bottling our own beers. The Grolsch ones.
That would be good for. For some reason, I thought you were going to say we use them for building a bong.
I don't get a whole lot on the nose here. It's very watery.
Yeah, soft.
Tea-like almost. Looks like tea. This actually reminds me. So I heard that the Starbucks in Neiman and the one in Central Festival had cold brew. So I went there and had it. They don't have it takeaway, only served there. And actually, this reminds me very much of that.
I like it. It's
very subtle. There's not a lot going on there.
Very subtle.
It almost tastes like just like cold drip coffee.
I like this bean though. There's nothing off-putting about it. but there's definitely nothing profoundly distinct about it either.
No. Very, yeah. Which makes me question its price tag, but...
Well, the price, yeah, done what they've done. Maybe people are buying into it. It's a cool place.
There is no other high-end coffee place, so I mean,
they've decided to be the Starbucks of Chiang Mai, yeah. And it's cool. Chiang Mai is a cool city in that there's a lot of people doing stuff like this, eh?
Yeah.
This is something I appreciate about the city is a lot of people are able to be creative when it comes to food and coffee and food and drink. There's an affordability to it, and then there's also a market. There's people that come here and will try it. So have some fun. Anybody looking to try something new, come to Chiang Mai. It's an affordable way to see if your idea is sellable. You know we're going to follow this up with drinking a scotch. It's the only thing I could think to wash my palate at this point.
Oh, we'll wrap this up for the good people.
Oh, we've got bays with the coconut milk.
Oh, that's right.
Yet, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that.
So, before we get to the coconut one, what was your favorite?
Okay. So I like them all.
I've been calling it Cottonwood. It's CottonTree. My bad. I'm going for CottonTree. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't get the price. I mean, for price, for value, black juice, Akha Ama, it's unbeatable.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, they're all kind of good. Draft table, I would never have again. I might go try the cold, the nitro again, just for fun. And, but yeah.
Yeah, they are doing upscale though. You go to their restaurant, they got
Yeah.
some nice food, and there's elegant dining there. It's different.
But they have the little cafe as well, right?
Oh, that's right as well. Yeah. So yeah, for me, I think it's the number 9 and the CottonTree.
Ninebar.
Yeah. They were all good, and I mean, my criticisms, I'd have the same thing. Graph table, it's quite expensive. It's good, but it's quite expensive. It's got a cool place, so if you want to go have some good food and follow with an interesting coffee, and they're doing other fun things at their place as well, right? Like the nitro coffee mixed with citrus that I had. It's cool.
They all are.
And they're all doing that.
Yeah, they're all doing mixed drinks with coffee. Generally, they all are.
Yeah. And then Akha Ama. For me, the bottle's just too big. Because I want to drink it all. There's as somebody that is drinking it, and my whole experience from top to bottom, I start out happy, and then by the end of it, I'm like, whoa.
I'm always the same way.
Yeah.
And I find, when it gets warm, it gets really kind of watery near the end, and just nowhere near as enjoyable as the first sip.
If it was half the amount, you'd get through it before you even got to that point, right?
Imagine, cut that in half, and for 40 baht, it'd be flying off the shelves probably.
Yeah, because it is good. And it's too bad because they probably just have no idea.
Maybe.
Or maybe we're just making unrealistic demands. But regardless. So Ninebar and CottonTree. I'd say those are my favorites. But I'm really looking forward to this Bays with the coconut milk. I think he's onto something with that. Because
when I was in India,
coconut milk makes everything better.
There was a place, a restaurant we went to all the day in Rishikesh. And they had these coconut coffees, and they would blend it up. Oh my God, it was amazing. Found a beetle in it once, but that's just India.
No, that's fine. Life. Coconut coffees. So just coffee mixed up with the coconut milk, and
that's it, man. It's such a brilliant combination.
Yeah, coconut milk is a substitute for all things milk. All things like. There are a lot of places that you could put coconut milk.
It's called a Yogi Cafe. It's amazing.
Good for them. There's a lot of people, a lot of places you can put coconut milk that people don't realize.
Ah, that just smells amazing.
I can't even talk properly right now. I'm so wired. My brain can't keep up with my mouth. I don't know what's happening. I feel like a squirrel.
I'd say it's chewy coating, a heavy body. Smells like coconut and coffee.
That's a lot of coffee to taste.
Man, that is just luxurious.
For anybody out there, I'd recommend just go try one at a time in different days. That's quite a go that we just went through. Maybe it's not as much coffee as I think. Maybe it's just my brain. It smells fantastic. Wow. It's like chocolate milk.
With coconut.
With coconut
chocolate milk.
Chocolate chocolate milk. It's amazing. Like, they've got a winner with this. This is just absolutely incredible. You think they add sugar? I don't think. No, eh?
I think Ninebar said they were thinking of making this as well.
You can just smell the coconut too. Like, it's not soft and subtle. It's coconutty.
It's a perfect marriage. It really is.
And you know what? Coconut is so good for you. Like, all things coconut. Coconut oil, coconut meat, coconut water. My wife comes from a family who generationally have worked in coconut plantations. They've had coconuts, and they do everything coconut, right? They make coconut sugar, but they just have a lot of coconut stuff in that community, right? Because everybody's kind of doing a little bit of everything. And it's so good for your skin. Rub yourself in coconut oil every day, and it does amazing things. It's antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial as well. So they say to instead of using like Listerine or mouthwash of any type, it's better to actually just take a shot of like coconut oil, like a nice virgin coconut oil. Just rinse it all through your mouth for like 20 seconds, and it's just supposed to just clean and cleanse, and then drink it, and you get all these positive fats that come through you. There's just so many good things. It makes delicious food. The milk is a nice additive to so many things, to smoothies, any type of dish that you might make. Obviously, curries. Coconut's winner.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably, I mean, yeah, that's a winner right there.
Wow.
Well, there you have it, folks. 6 different coffees, 7 different coffees, 6 different places. I think unanimously the CottonTree was one of our favorites.
Yeah.
We like number 9. Quite liked the Omnia as well. They were all quite nice. Value for money, black juice, hard to beat. But either you gotta drink it quick or share it with someone, I think. But definitely value is there.
Yeah.
Well, I hope this enlightened you. Hope you enjoyed it. That's all.
Rock and roll, Chiang Mai.
Rock and roll.
See you soon.